leeches, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what tips, advice, experience, learnings that I had from my recent Disney World trip. I also posted probably at least 2 to 3 vlogs, 2 days in the park and 1 day at the water park, so I'm gonna try to link it up here. Anyways, what I learned mostly is that this is not something where you can just like buy a ticket, show up at the park and have like a chill day. No, it's very serious and it's very confusing. So I just want to talk about like what I think you can do to prepare. I actually took like a whole bunch of notes about this already. And I kind of split it into 2 categories. One, which is things that you should do before you get there. And second is like things that you can think about while you're in the park. So I'll start off now with what you should do before you get there. Number 1, before you even think about planning the trip, choosing the dates is pretty important. So think about like out of the 4 parks plus 2 water parks plus I don't know, some other various things that you might want to do in Orlando, like what are the things that you feel like you really want to do. If you go to Disneyland a lot, for example, I feel like you can possibly skip Magic Kingdom because it's kind of like the same types of vibes. Like you might want to prioritize going to Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios because you can't really like get those in California. Another piece of advice would be to check the park hours. The first day we went to Magic Kingdom, the entire park actually closed at 6 p.m. But the next day, which was like a Tuesday, I think it actually closed at like 11 p.m. So it's like if you had chosen to go to Magic Kingdom on the second day, you would have had a whole 5 extra hours in the park to like walk around and do the rides and things like that. So checking the park hours and matching those to the days that you want to go is like super important. The second thing that I would say is you have to download the app. Like Disney is really digital now. They have like the map, they have the ability to order snacks or food ahead for pickup on the app. Another thing that you should do is like when you get the physical ticket or card or whatever, you can scan the barcode or maybe it's a QR code on the back of the card and you can link that into your app so that you can make like ride reservations or other types of things within the app. You should also try to link the other people in your party into your app. So if you get like Lightning Lane or Genie Plus, it's important to add everyone in your party to the app so just one person can check their phone and reserve a slot for everyone so that you can stay on track and like stay together with everyone at the same time. Oh, one more thing that you need to do is I think that this is maybe like a COVID control measure and maybe this only applies to like park hopper tickets, but you do have to go into the app and like the night before tell them which park you're going to. I think this is like a crowd control type of situation, not really sure. And the final thing is that you are actually allowed to bring any like food or drinks that you want into the park. Other things that I think you could bring is just like sunscreen, bottled water, random like snacks. If you wear like glasses, hats, sunglasses, just try to like keep a handle on those because especially when you're going on the rides and stuff, it's easy to like lose track of small items. So if you wear a hat, like one with a chin strap or one that you can like clip to your bag or fits inside your bag, I think is like a good move. So now I'll talk more about what are the things that you should do inside the park. I would say that you should try to do all of the attractions that are in one area of the park like together. So this can help you avoid walking back and forth. So definitely like try to study the park map, get an idea of where things are. I think for me, I'm like not really good at directions. And like I said, I just like showed up to Disney kind of randomly. We definitely were just like scrolling through and being like, oh, this ride has like a short wait time. But then we would find out it's on like the complete opposite side of the park. And so then we would have to like walk all the way there and then walk all the way back. So we just like really did not plan that well. And as a result, at the end of the day, we were just like exhausted. I would definitely recommend like thinking about like what are the attractions that I must do, what area is that in, and having some kind of like mental map of like where you're going at all times. We also got lost in the park like a significant number of times. If that happens to you in the park and you know like where you're trying to go, you can just like ask random cast members or any like Disney employees. They usually try to help you out, but at the same time, I'll say like this really just depends on the person you ask. There was one situation in which we were at Epcot and we were trying to find something, and we asked like 4 or 5 different people, and all of them gave us like just completely different directions. I feel like they were probably saying go to the same place, but some of them would say like, oh, look at this landmark, or stay on this side of the road, and then like no one was really saying the same thing. But we kept getting lost too because we kept asking different people every time we felt lost. Honestly, yeah, it's just like kind of confusing. I would just say like, just try to study the map and understand where you are, because definitely being in the parks is confusing and it's like really frustrating just walking back and forth trying to find something. The next thing is, this is kind of related to the app situation and also the ticketing. So they have a service called Genie Plus. This like lets you do the Fast Pass or like Lightning Lane. I think it's a rebranded, I think Fast Pass was rebranded to Lightning Lane, but all of it is now under a service that you can buy, which is called Genie Plus, something like that. But Genie Plus basically lets you get into like skipping the line or like a reservation for the ride so that you don't have to wait in the standby lines, which can be like really, really long. For example, the Avatar Flight of Passage ride, I think I saw the wait times up to like 210 minutes or something crazy like that. So definitely having the reservations is great. I think for Genie Plus, you need to buy this like the day before you go to the park at minimum. You can buy it the same day, but obviously then you just like miss out on being able to make the reservations ahead of time. So it's just like kind of annoying. If you're going to do it, and I think you should do it because it will save you so much time, you should just like plan to have it before. You can also book the reservations on Genie Plus as soon as the parks open, so you don't necessarily have to like get to the park first and then say like, oh, now I need to book whatever the next ride time is. Like you can book it before you even get there if you know what time you're gonna get there, and that you can like make the reservation and stuff. Another weird rule that we learned about this is that there's a ride in every park, which is like the most popular or flagship ride, that isn't actually covered by just buying Genie Plus. So for that one specific ride in every park, you have to buy like an extra Lightning Lane specific pass just for that ride. I don't remember what the exact rides were in every park, but if you're interested in doing one of those, just know like, yeah, Lightning Lane or Genie Plus doesn't even work for that, so you have to buy like an additional thing on top. There's also a rule about the reservations where generally most people don't have more than one ride reservation at a time for Lightning Lane, but we actually found that you're able to do it if you wait like 120 minutes. Say that I booked a ride on ride A and it was at like 5 p.m., but I booked that at 2. After 120 minutes, which is 4, I can actually book like another ride. So basically it's saying that you can wait 120 minutes to get another reservation, or you don't have like an active reservation and your time slot has passed. So the best way to game this, in my opinion, is to wake up as early as you can, like book the first thing for whatever the most popular thing is, get a time slot like later in the day, and then wait like 120 minutes so that you can have like the reservation for that more popular ride. Another thing that we learned through like generally just trial and error walking around in the park is that the Lightning Lane, they usually give you like an hour slot, like maybe it's 2:15 to like 3:15. But if you actually go to the ride at like 2, they generally will just like let you in anyways. So the Lightning Lane like time slot kind of extends like at least 15 minutes early. My last piece of advice for like something you should consider while you're inside the park is that there's a lot of like gift shops, stalls, like things that you might want to buy there. You should actually like go on your phone and check online whether they have those same items on the Disney website, and if so, generally the prices, as much as I can see, are somewhat the same. If you're gonna spend more than, I don't know, $50 or whatever their like shipping cutoff is, you might as well just like buy it online later. But I know that there are items where it's like it's hard to find online, or you just have to like be there in the boutique to buy it. But I would say like before you buy it in store and then have to like carry it around the rest of the day, just check online to see if they have it too. So this is what I think that you should consider when you go to Disney World. I'm glad that I went and it was definitely a lot of fun. Make sure you check out the vlogs if you want to see like what our experience was. We reviewed like a lot of the food and pretty much all of the rides that we went on, and I feel like we went on a lot of rides for like not actually having planned anything in advance. So if you follow the tips that are in this video, I think you would be like way more efficient than we were in being able to see like everything that you want. So thanks so much for tuning in. Please comment if you have any more questions, and like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Okay, bye bye.